something like that, for example. There we go. When that's getting, you can put on. Well guys, I did find a small spot here that I can do my small fire to eat my noodles and make my fire. So nice being out doing my first fire of this new year. So let's get on of collecting some tinder, some birch bark maybe. We have plenty of birch here around me, and make this fire. Here I will start with collecting those kind of branches that are bone dry, hopefully. It's always harder to know if your wood is dry or wet when everything is frozen, because if you have moisture in the wood it will snap, like the noise will make like it was dry, but it's not dry. You would notice it when you're trying to ignite those branches. Well, I get started with collecting this first because they are very easy accessed all over the place, and yeah, it makes some great middle tinder to get your fire going, especially now when it's cold and everything is freezing. So it's good to prepare your fire really good before you start igniting something. Something like that to have, like middle tinder. Then we need to get some finer and something to start the fire with, and obviously something bigger and that will retain the fire. And when it comes to the birch tree, you can almost always find like this nicer layer that you can peel off. This won't hurt the tree. It's no problem peeling off this. You see, it's pretty hard to peel off for some places, but doing this for 5 minutes or something, 10 maybe, going from birch to birch, seeing what tree has the best peelable scales, or what you want to call it, and you will have some really nice fine tinder to ignite with your fire steel, for example. And yeah, just getting a whole lot of that and you will definitely have your fire going. I can almost promise you that. So I will go ahead and peel off as much as I can, and I will bring you back after that. So now I have collected my birch. Everything, you know, if it's like now, it's pretty damp, wet, and you think it maybe would not work because everything is not for your favor in this condition. I do, like, if instead to collecting all your birch in your hand and dropping it in the snow and everything, I just put it in my pocket here, and it will stay warm and dry out every damp if it has some. And then when it's time to do the fire, I'll take it out, my bundle here, and use it. But now we need a bit bigger things, like thicker branches to keep the fire going. So I look for dead standing like that, check them if they are fine, and use that. Even if it's a bit moist and it has moist, if you get your fire correct and a good start, it will dry up your bigger pieces and it will work for you. Yeah, did break there. So I think this would work, and a part of that piece is sufficient for keep the fire going. So we will use that, and I see another one over there. Now we have cut down a few pieces. I can use my small hatchet to split them up as I want to. Just breaking it up to smaller handable pieces, easier to ignite. And when your fire really gets going, you don't have to break up your wood like this. You can just put those around so it will warm up and dry out a bit, and then they will get going by themselves. Yeah, not the best splitting technique, but that was just for showing you what you can do. Now I have pretty much everything collected. I could use some bigger pieces, some more bigger pieces. I have my middle size there, my smaller, 2 bundles of small size here. And yeah, time to get this fire going. So the key thing of success with fire is good preparation. And the preparation, to be honest, I did now is mediocre. Because I didn't take my time, and I'm a bit stressed out of my battery of the camera. So I want to make this quickly. So I take out my bundle of birch bark, and yeah, I'm really how you call it? I'm really enjoying the birch bark. I have the pleasure to being in woods that you almost every time could find some kind of birch standing there to collect from. So as you can see, that's my bundle. Now we need to get this fire going before my battery dies. So there we go, a few strikes, and that's ignited. Now I take my smaller pieces and put them around like that, and hope they are not too damn wet. And we let the fire breathe, so you need a lot of air so it will go. When that's getting, you can put on some thicker pieces. So there we go, we got fire. Really nice. So now, as you can see, we got our fire going, so I can start. I have already started to put in bigger pieces around so they get warmer. If it starts to burn down, I can always add some thinner pieces to get up the heat. I started with a bigger piece to the back side here that I can just build up like a firewall, or what you want to call it, and then the wood here will start to dry out and heat up, and it will be ready to go. So there we go, just play around with your fire, keep feeding it, and it will make sure you stay warm through a cold day. And as the heat increases, you can increase the size of pieces you are putting into your fire or beside your fire, so you don't have to maintain it as often. With like when you're maintaining it with this, you need to put things in every few minutes, so it won't help you so much if you just want to relax a bit. Make sure it doesn't fall down. It's a good thing. So when the smaller pieces here break, this will potentially fall down. So I want to keep them keep this on the bigger side. Or if it's pretty flat here, we can keep it here. Starting to boil. I have broken up my ramen noodles in pieces. Put them in. Oh, not that way. There. Almost got some cooked ramen noodle the wrong way. A thicker piece to bring this up. I have shoved. The smartest thing was if I have done a tripod, so I could hang it over the fire, but today I was not so smart. I just wanted to make this quick. We have some burnt noodles inside of there, but that's okay. See how it's cooking along there. As you can see, we have a really nice sustainable fire that's cooking along really nice. A bit too hot for noodles, but it will do the job. You can see the handle is really hot, burning into the wood. Put this bigger piece inside of there, so I can use it like a stand. There we go. That's nice. Bring you back when it's ready. Now you can see it's not so aggressively hot anymore, so I can stir around here, putting in my spices. So it will taste something. So one minute more and I think this will be ready to go. This is ready. Just taking out of the fire. And here we still have the fire going. And as you can see now, we really have a nice hot fire. We just can put more wood in if we want to sustain it. And yeah, that was the first winter fire making for this year with some hot ramen noodles as a bonus. So I hope you enjoyed this first fire making wintertime, light wintertime, because the heavy snow haven't arrived on this area yet. So it's going to get deeper, tougher, colder. And yeah, but this is the basics of some light fire making and what you can use and how to sustain the fire when you're out. Everything's wet, damp, cold, and you just want to have your hot ramen noodles ready for your stomach. Don't forget, subscribe, click the bell, like, and every the good stuff. And I'll see you back next time.